language around calling people traitors and so on. I would say that was sounding a fairly extreme nationalistic note yourself, Rory. But we're Republicans. Yes, our policies are of the left. We represent low-income people, we represent middle-income earners, we represent the poor, we represent those on fixed incomes and social welfare. And that is from where we draw our support. We're also a party that's committed, obviously, to Irish reunification. We're a party with an all-Ireland strategy, and that marks us out. But I think in recent time,
2%, I think, in a recent poll, maybe Harry would have more information than me on this one, 2% in a recent poll put down Irish reunification as the most important item.
Certainly, and that wouldn't be a surprise at all with the times that we're in. But I think what has marked us out in recent times is that we have been the only party that has stood foursquare against the kind of cutback agenda that the Labour Party, Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil have bought into.
Northern Ireland,
I'll come to that if you wish, Brian. We have said correctly that to take money out of the pockets of people on low incomes in particular, social welfare recipients and pensioners, is not only socially unjustifiable, it's economically disastrous, because the money that people on lower incomes have, they actually spend. We've also been the only party that has said up front that we are, not alone will we vote against the IMF bailout, along with the Labour Party and Fine Gael, but that we believe that the incoming administration needs to take a radically different tack. We're the only party that has said, with absolutely no apology, that we will not bail out Anglo-Irish bankers and Irish nationwide.
That probably will be presumably led in the next Dáil by somebody who, as far as I'm aware, still can't even, or is not going to be able to vote in the constituency in which he's standing. Jerry Adams.
He will be.
Okay, right. He's a consistently low satisfaction rating in polls as party leader, low 30s. Few will forget how exposed he was in the smaller parties' leaders debate before the last election. Is he not going to need to up his game if he's to push Sinn Féin into double figures in terms of TD numbers? And if you don't get those double figures, it would be perceived as a failure for Sinn Féin.
All of us are going to have to play our game and play it very well, and we'll win the confidence and support of people, because at the end of the day, the election, yes, is about the relative strengths of the different political parties, but it's essentially about the future of the country, and it's about the people. Jerry Adams brings experience to bear. I don't think anybody can deny that. But we equally have a very strong team of some very young candidates that are coming through. I think Pearse Doherty, who won the by-election up in Donegal, is an example of what's coming through for us. And we believe that a strong Sinn Féin in the next Dáil can make a very positive contribution. A very positive contribution.
You haven't an idea of the problems facing this nation. Nor have you a solution.
Rory,
you just don't have the experience, Mary Lou. I'm sorry.
I remember in 2007, because I was a candidate in that campaign, and I remember it very clearly, what the election debate degenerated into was the three parties to the right of me here shouting down anybody who had the temerity to say that no, it wasn't a good idea to cut taxes further. Yes, that we did.
So you've changed your view on corporate tax rates, have you?
That we did have to look.
No, I think this is really important.
Brian,
okay.
Miles, can I finish my point out?
Well,
and you've raised the north with me, and I
finish
well, let me answer.
Is it the case that you suggested a corporate tax rate of 17% at the last election?
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, we didn't.
Yes.
We actually didn't. At the time of the last election, we said on that occasion that the corporation tax should not rise at that juncture. We have also consistently said that the way in which corporation taxes, I'm right on it, Brian, the way in which corporation taxes are levied in this jurisdiction needs to be looked at again and overhauled, and we need to get something closer to the kind of model.
But it wasn't in your pre-budget submission.
Brian,
it wasn't in your pre-budget submission.
Sorry, excuse me. Something that is closer to the model that is used in the North and in Britain where it's banded. On the issue of cutbacks in the North,
Northern Ireland, yeah.
What has happened is that the British Exchequer, from which the finances come for the North, because as you know, I'm sure Fine Gael has noticed that Ireland is partitioned and that London still has jurisdiction there. A cut has been imposed. It'll be $1 billion each year for 4 years. Now, it's instructive what the administration did up there, led by Sinn Féin.
Cuts in the north are okay, but in the south they're not.
Cuts in the north are not okay.
That's the hypocrisy that we're at here.
Cuts in the north are not okay. And the administration
85 million cuts in education, not okay?
Brian, what the administration...
No new schools?
Brian, what the administration... Well, I'm clearly not going to be allowed to answer
the election that is going to take place. Let's come back to the Republic of Ireland. Let's come back to the election here. Let's come back to the election here and who Fianna Fáil are going to be going into the election led by or by who. And that is Brian Cowan. Clearly, Mary Hanifin. Obviously, Fianna Fáil is impressed with his recent performance and the recent resurgence in energy, but the electorate doesn't appear to be particularly impressed. Could you not control the bleeding with a new leader?
No, I mean, there won't be a new leader prior to the election, and Brian Cowan will lead us into it. And I've no doubt when it comes to the debate...
3 or 4 months is a long time in politics.
But when it comes to the debate on the issues, I think that's where the real focus is going to be.